I recommend for a woman dating a guy that she wait at least 9 months of dating the guy before she says, this could be the one. This probably, is the one. And then more time before, you would get married. I would say, ideally, according to the research I've done, 2 years. But for someone who's very devout, going to Mass every day, reading the saints, a year and a half could do it. But people that come to me and say, I want to marry this woman, Father. I said, how long have you been dating? 3 months. I said, why don't you come back in 9 months? We'll talk. Because I've been burned. I did a wedding of a lovely young woman in 6 months after they'd just gone out for 6 months. And it was a disaster. I mean, after a year, the guy wanted out. And it was just very sad. And this is a lovely young woman. So after that, I say to people, look, take your time. You may be 35 years old and you're worried about having kids. Don't worry about that. Worry about the relationship, the marriage first, and then God will provide the kids if he wants. I married a couple. The woman was almost 36. She was 35 and a half when she got married. The husband was 38. On the day of the wedding, he said, Father, we want to have a big family. I said, well, I hope you do. So they had their third child at 41. I said, that's pretty good. She was 41. Then she called me when she was 44. I said, guess what, Father? She had her fourth child at the age of 44. I said, well, God has been blessed you. That's great. But then she called me again when she was 46. I said, guess what, Father? She had her fifth child at the age of 47, all healthy children, and the parents are delighted. They're so happy that they have this family. So you never know. Some people, they can't have children after the age of 40. And in this case, she had 3 out of 5 after 40. So that's a dangerous thing, is to watch the clock. Very dangerous. Marriage is not only about having children. It's about primarily, in fact, the form of marriage is the love between a husband and wife. And that forms the whole marriage and the whole family. And if a husband loves his wife, that will overflow into the children. If a wife or husband love the children, that will not help them with their spouse, usually. But if a husband and wife love each other, that means that they have a school of love in that family. And that's what it's supposed to be, according to Vatican II and according to John Paul II.